Hello family, my name is Chris, I am your home gamer dad, and I welcome you to my next long session of Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid, where today we are going to be Fem-Powered with a team of super strong female rangers, including a fourth character. First time I brought 4 into this particular session as a mission control style AI character. Normally doesn't have an AI, but for this particular game, I'm going to make that exception and kind of work with something that I think will be all right using her with. So who's a part of our team today? Well, we have Dr. K from RPM. We have Udonna from Mystic Force. Both of these are found in Ranger Ally Pack 3. I actually just covered a bunch of these in my last Ranger Ally breakdown video. In addition to that, I also covered Rebel Ranger Kimberly, which you can find her in the Kickstarter box that you can find on Renegade's website. She is not in the Shattered Grid big box, which I said she was. It's the Kickstarter box. No, who you will find in the Shattered Grid box is Lauren Shiba here, one of the characters that help the Hyperforce Rangers through their battles through Shattered Grid and Battle for the Grid and a bunch of other things. She's in her Super Samurai mode. She is Super Samurai Red, one of the first Red female Rangers out there. And she, again, is in the Shattered Grid box. So you got Kay, you got Udonna, you got Kim, you got Lauren. You got an awesome team right here. I'll get into how I want to use the AI for Dr. K once we get down to the table. But before we get into that, I just want to take a quick moment to talk to every one of you out there and say thank you guys so much for absolutely everything. I just recently passed 1,000 subscribers and was able to take this channel to the next level in basically, you know, YouTube standings and everything like that. And it was all because of all of you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much for coming on over, checking out my videos, watching them, liking them, commenting them, sharing, and then of course, subscribing to the Home Gamer Dad to help build this family up more and more and more. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much. I also just started a Patreon as well, patreon.com/homegamerdad. Only 2 tiers right now, but the one tier that I do have up will relate directly to long videos such as this, because anybody that is subscribed to that particular tier will be able to get the full unspliced version of this session and all my previous sessions as well right there in front of you. So you're seeing this on, you know, on this day. Part 2 and part 3 come out 2 and 4 days later, respectively. You don't have to wait that long. If you're on Patreon, you'll be able to watch it all in one shot right there on the website. Just one of the things that I want to be able to provide to you guys going forward, along with many other ideas and hopefully things that you all would enjoy. All right, with all that out of the way, I thank you guys once again. Let us head down to the table and take our empowered women rangers here and use their abilities to save the world. Ready, everyone? Let's go. Udonna, White Mystic Snow Ranger. Lauren Shiba, Red Super Samurai. Kimberly Hart, Pink Rebel Slayer. Dr. K, Super Genius. All right, Rangers, I've called you from across time and space here in order to defeat the evil that is threatening this dimension. Together, we can drive them back to where they came from and save the world. Ladies, let's show them what we can do. All right, here we are, ready to fight with our wonderful women of Power Rangers. So what we have right now are just kind of a basic setup here. It's all the normal sides for the board. Not going to do anything crazy with that. As you can see, we have the Rinchi and the Ranger Sentries here. So the Mastodon Troopers are going to be deployed onto the field, but we're going to be flipping from the Ranger Sentries. And of course, the Rinchi and the Rinchi Beasts are going to come out. So happy that there are more elite soldiers coming out later on. Oh man, it's amazing. But as you also know, we have 4 heroes in the center here. I'm going to be mostly playing as Udonna, Lauren, and Kimberly. And what we have here, and this is Rebel Ranger Kimberly, by the way. So these 2, and actually Dr. K, were all in my recent allies breakdown. Lauren is going to be in the next one. So consider this a little bit of a sneak preview of what she can do. Kay is going to stay here, but the best way to explain that is to head on over to the power board. All right, so we have everybody over here all lined up. The 3 that we're going to be mainly playing as, and then Dr. K. Dr. K's main ability is while your figure is in the command center, you may participate in battles taking place in the outer locations. If you do, you are not considered to be in the battle for the purpose of an enemy card effect. This is if you're playing her as a person, like a normal, like, anybody at your table would be able to play her. I'm actually going to be using the Alpha 5 non-player variant to work with this. And the way this is Alpha has two forms. And this Alpha you can find in the legendary pack with Rocky, Aisha, Kat, and Adam. Oh my God, I almost forgot Adam. That's so sad. Normally, this Alpha has the same ability, Mission Control. It's basically word for word for what Dr. K has. But if you flip him over, he has a Friend Indeed. At the start of each round, reveal cards from the Alpha 5 deck, so in this case, Dr. K, and refill the row max 3. So there's going to be 3 Dr. K cards right here. Any ranger may discard 1 card from their hand to play an Alpha 5 card in the row. After resolving it, place it on the bottom of the deck. So basically, there's going to be 3 cards here from Dr. K's deck. And for the whole round, I have access to those 3 cards and only those 3 cards. At the beginning of the round, I would then fill in the spaces with more cards from her deck. And anything I use would go to the bottom of her deck. So if I use all 3 for all 4 rounds, yes, there's a sense that I would go through her deck at least once. But I may not be able to do that every time. But we'll see what cards I draw. But this is what I'm using for Dr. K. So picture this, but here. And that's what she's going to be. Otherwise, going down the list, we'll actually go bottom top here. We know Udonna, our white Mystic Snow Ranger. And I'm calling her that because that's her element is snow. So I don't care if it's not written here. That's what it is. All the Mystic Rangers are very attuned to their elemental magic. Once per battle during any ranger attack, you may convert 1 hit or double hit result to a miss, and then you gain 2 energy from that, so that is her once per battle. Finishing Shot from Kimberly Ann Heart's Rebel Ranger Slayer. Remember, this is the opposite of her Pink Ranger ability. Finishing Shot here is after the last enemy card in the combat sequence resolves, deal 1 damage to an enemy card of your choice. I have this here just so I remember to do it at the end of a battle, because there are times when I've ended the battle and I've just gone through it, when I could have used this in order to like do something and get another foot soldier or whatever off the field. And then Laura and Shiba, Super Samurai Red, the first red female ranger, if I can remember correctly, in the series at all. And in the show, she led the Samurai Rangers for a very short amount of time. She was actually supposed to be the original leader of the Samurai Rangers, but something happened. In any event, in the Shattered Grid storyline, she plays a very important role. True Focus, that's where you're going to find her, as I mentioned before. True Focus, at the end of each battle, add 1 energy to your personal storage if you do not already have one. So basically, if she has used her energy at the end of the battle, even if there's none in the pool, she still gains 1 back regardless. And that is a super amazing ability, because always having that energy is great. Dr. K does not get any energy because she is not part of the battle. Otherwise, everything is pretty much the same. You have their 4 Zords plus a mysterious 5th one shuffled in here, along with a Megazord on the bottom. Our 5 actions, because this is solo mode. Remember, this will go up to 7. Take the lead ranger. We're going to give it to Lauren, because I feel like she's more of the leader here. You got a leader, you got a mentor, you got a rebel. So there you go. I'm going to leave the 2 energy in the pool right here, because that'll happen whenever we trigger an event, or not event, what game am I playing? Whenever I trigger an action to do a battle. And then, of course, these hit tokens will go here to represent enemies I have beaten to make that a little bit easier. So that is what makes this game different. Dr. K guiding our other Rangers through all of their battles. I love this. This is amazing. These powerful women are just going to wipe the floor with anything that comes into the field. But as you can guess, there are other villains and monsters and whatnot that will be awaiting them as they go around. But again, with the Rinchi, we have the Ocean Bluff Reservoir and the Academy right here. So 6 and 5. And again, 6 and 5 for the Zord Graveyard and the Resistance Hideout. So there we go. There is all of that. Let's go ahead and get ourselves to a deployment phase, because there's really nothing else we need to know right now, and see where our foot soldiers begin the game. All right, we know how this goes. Flip them over and see where they land. So we got 2 regular Rinchi to the Academy. There we go. And a 1 and a 2 right here. Now here's hoping that we get them kind of slapped together like in their like minimum spaces. You're in the opening rounds of the game. Having them spread out too much is not the best thing to have, even if you have multiplayer here. Like if I was playing an actual 4-player game. So keeping everybody together is great, but it's really all a matter of what's drawn. Speaking of which, draw the next card, 2 regular Rinchi to the Zord Graveyard. All right, 1, 2. And remember, there are no 3 deployments for the regular Rinchi. In fact, those 2s are mostly what they are. There are singles in there, and then any other ones that we have that's a 2 would be a Rinchi and then an elite. So only 2 would go in there, but those elites are amazing because remember, they're worth 2 experience points each instead of just 1. Here we go. We got some Ranger sentries, because even though it says troopers, heading to the Resistance hideout. That's great, great, wonderful. That's 3 out of the 4 spots with characters on it. Foot soldiers. 3 out of the 4 locations have foot soldiers on them. And it's 2, 2, 2, which is even worse. And I only have 2 draws left, which actually, maybe that might not be the worst. Because if 2 of these get 2 on them apiece, then I can just go one into the other and try to clear out that way. Well, here's hoping. All right, 1, 2, 3, 2 Macedon troopers in the Zord graveyard with the other 2 Rinchi that are there. Okay. All right, so that's good. So I know at least I'll be going to the Zord graveyard first, maybe second, depending on how it goes. But that would be 1 battle to defeat all 4 of these guys and then clear that out. Always in theory, of course. And then 3 troopers to the academy. So I'm glad that I see this early. I like to have the 3s get out of the way early and, you know, just take them down. I also didn't get any elite Rinchi in this case, so they're still located in here somewhere. And the other good thing, well, somewhat good thing, I guess it's kind of a, maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's not. Those 3 would fit there, and then this panics. Now, what's not good about this is that I would need to have 2 fights in here in order to wipe out all of this. 1 fight to get rid of as many as I can, and then another fight to finish them off. So that's like 1, 2 fights. So 1 to move over, 2, 3 fights, 1 to move over here, and then 1 fight. That's all 5 of my actions to clear out all of this. Now, this is going to be the one I do first because I don't want panic locations. But at the same time, it's going to be a really tough thing to try to get over here and clear that out. Have probably better luck doing it down here, but I guess we'll have to see. But we're definitely going to the academy first because that is currently panicked. So with that said, before we do anything else, let's put over here Dr. K's card. So I have her deck right here. We're going to give this a shuffle right in the beginning. This will be the first and last time we actually shuffle her deck. I'm going to leave this off camera for right now. But anything that we pull from here that we use goes to the bottom of the deck, remember. So first card we have is Synchronized Attack. 0 cost. 2 different Rangers may each place 1 card from their hand on top of their deck. They may then, 1 at a time, each perform a 2 dice attack. Oh, that's pretty good. Get a bunch of quick attacks out of there. Next we have It's Not Spandex. Love this card. Reaction. Play this card when any Ranger reveals a card for defense. Add 2 shields to that card. Play this card when any Ranger performs a recovery action. Subtract 2 shields from this card. Now, this is one of those cards that's a little weird in terms of using the AI, but in order to play this, I'm still going to discard a card from my hand, from the Ranger that it would be used for, in order to use it. So the recover action, I would discard a card from my hand, I guess, to give the -2 to another Ranger, and then play this card when Ranger reveals for defense. I'll discard a card from my hand, whatever it is, to add 2 to that. So that's how I'm going to work with It's Not Spandex. You're still going to discard a card regardless in order to activate that. And then we're going to go ahead and we got Get in Gear. Reaction. Play this card when any Ranger plays an attack card. Treat that attack card value as 3 dice. Add 1 dice to attack as if each energy is spent. So the problem with this is... oh, no, never mind. This is fine. I was thinking of something else. There's only 1 X card in their decks, and that's Kimberly's Blade Blaster. But that's fine. Play this attack card. Treat the attack card as a 3 dice. Add 1 dice for each energy spent. Beautiful. So that'll actually make the attack stronger. I can think of a lot of things to use that with. Ooh, that'll be nice. And again, certain things like this, you know, I would discard a card from another Ranger to play this card in order to boost up something else. So in order to use any one of Dr. K's cards, I have to discard a card from my hand. That's the way I'm playing it. That's the way I would read it. I know Alpha's cards are made specifically for this a little bit better, but that is how we're working with these. We'll see how it plays, see how it goes. But otherwise that, let's use 1 action to move to the academy. Use another action to initiate the battle. We got 2 down here. We got our end of turns and once per battle. Everyone has their energy. Let's zoom in and get to it. All right, here we are down in the academy. I'm going to actually leave the command center up here. I like this because now here's Dr. K. Pretend she's looking at a monitor here, like a screen showing the entire battle in action, while the 3 Rangers here get themselves ready to go and do an attack. Well, we keep Ranger Slayer in the back to pick them off. Lauren will jump up ahead. It's like, yeah, I am the Master Ninja. I got you. And then our great Udonna will support her with her snow magic, which means we need to draw some cards. I've played with Kim as the Rebel Ranger before, but I've never played as Udonna or Lauren. So why don't we draw from Udonna first? We'll do 2 from her. Flash Freeze. 1 energy, 3 dice. If you roll at least 2 misses during this attack, the Rangers may take an additional turn. That is fantastic. And remember, I've learned this through you guys out there letting me know all these things. I can manipulate the dice first and then activate abilities on the card. So if I rolled 1 miss, I could use her ability to make a 2nd miss and then I'd get another turn, even though I'd only be rolling 1 dice. But I could activate Getting Gear with this, roll an additional 3 dice plus however much I have, and it would just be insane. Her 2nd card is Mystic Frost. Maneuver, deal 2 damage to an enemy card of your choice. Fantastic, wonderful, very simple. Let's draw for Lauren. Burnout, awesome. We've got Fire and Ice here, which is amazing. 1 energy, 3 dice. After you roll, you may choose 1 die from this attack to deal its damage to an enemy card adjacent to the target instead. So that's another one of those cards that I had, with Phantom Ranger, where it says 1 dice, so you choose 1 dice from this attack and deal its damage to an enemy card. So out of the 3 dice, 2 would hit whatever I'm hitting, and then the extra 3rd dice would hit an adjacent card. That should bypass a guard because the 2nd attack is not a target. It's just part of the attack. So that is what I believe that would be. You guys will let me know down in the comments below, yes or no, but that is how I play that. Next one for her, we have Strafe Burst, 2 dice attack, 0 cost. For each miss roll during this attack, deal 1 damage to an enemy adjacent to your target. Again, bypassing burnouts, the same as burnout, bypassing ability. Oh, that's going to be great to use with Udonna's power. And let's draw from Kimberly. Piercing Shot, 1 energy, 3 dice. A lot of 3 dice, 1 energies here. Very nice. If this attack defeats a target, deal any remaining damage from this attack to an enemy card adjacent to the target. Wow, you all just spread your damage to the adjacent cards all over the place, don't you? At least you 2, you 3. Man, it's like you play off of you. You 2 have the same. And then we also have Veteran's Instinct. Maneuver, gain 1 energy. Finally gaining an energy. You may draw up to 2 cards, and you may immediately play another card. Man, this is some good stuff here. This is going to be an awesome game. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to go with Udonna and give her the 7th card here. Discipline. Play this card when any ranger performs an attack. They may re-roll any number of dice during that attack. Awesome, great, I love it. Some great cards here, and then a few that I think I could discard if I need to for any of Dr. K's stuff. Nice. As far as foot soldiers go, I would say that the Ranger Sentries scare me the most. So we're gonna do, let's just do all 3 Ranger Sentries. Let's get them out of the way, do what we gotta do with them. First and foremost, Dino Charge Gold Vanguards. Guards deal 1 damage to each Ranger, increases damage by 1 for each hit token on this card. That's great that that's in the beginning, but of course, you know, there's going to be fast cards. Sabertooth Commando, deal 2 damage to 2 different Rangers twice, okay? And then number 3, yep, there it is, fast. During the next Ranger turn this battle, increase the energy cost of all cards by 1. I hate the Space Scouts. Oh, I hate the Space Scouts for that. And now this is guarding both of these. Oh. And then, of course, we have our 4th one, which is a Rinchi Fast Guard. So you go up here, you're guarding you. Drain 1 energy. If this location is panicked, deal 2 damage to each Ranger. Oh no, so both of that happens. Oh, that's not a good start. All right, well, we can't do anything else about that, so Consume Fear. Fast Guard. Drain 1 energy. If this location is panicked, which it is, deal 2 damage to each Ranger. We'll start with Udonna. 2 damage to her. Cold Spell. All right, so that's that. Kimberly would go next. Veteran Instinct gone. Piercing Shot goes to the bottom. And Lauren, 1, 2, 3 for Hold the Line. Very cool. So that at least does that. And from here, we lose an energy. Again, having this constantly come back at the end of every round is amazing. Well, let's go ahead and start playing some cards and see what we can do. We got a bunch of energy, but not much that we can use to gain it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play Veteran Instinct. A maneuver, gain 1 energy, so we gain the energy back that we lost from Consume Fear. You may draw up to 2 cards and then immediately play another card. I'm just going to draw 1 from her deck, which is Scorn Shot. Play this card after an enemy card resolves, roll 2 dice and deal that much damage to that enemy card. Awesome, that's great. I'm going to hold on to that. But then I'm going to use the energy that was gained in order to play Piercing Shot, which is a 3-dice attack going up against the Dino Charge Vanguard. Any additional damage I do to this will spread over to one of the two sides. So see what we can do with that. All right, here we go. What do we got? Oh, wow. All right, first roll of the game. It does exactly what I needed to do. At least it defeats the Dino Charge Gold Vanguards. I had a Discipline waiting in the wing just in case something bad happened, but we did the 4 damage to this, which is great. So that's destroyed. I'm just going to take this guy off and put it here so I can remember to put it on the board a little bit. And that's really it. There was no additional things that were done. That's fine. So these will go here. They went to the discard pile, and now we're going to go ahead and do this. This doesn't activate, but now anytime we do anything this round, it's going to cost 1 additional energy, even if it's a 0-cost card. So I think what I'm going to do is just spend the 1 energy to play Mystic Frost here. We have everyone has their energy and then 1 in the main pool. I'll play this for 1 energy, deal 2 damage to an enemy card of your choice, and I'm just going to destroy the Sabertooth, Sabertooth Commandos right here. 2 damage, boom, boom, and that's gone. Because I want to try to fight these guys and use something that might spread the damage around, like a Burnout or Strafe Boost or something like that. So 2 damage against these guys to beat them. And then I'm going to draw from Lauren, which is Black Box. 2 energy. You may immediately play another card. If this is an attack, double the damage dealt by that attack. All right, so that means these sentries go right here. So that's their activation. This goes into the discard pile, and now I have 2 more turns to at least beat these 2. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Synchronized Attack. So 2 different Rangers must each place 1 card from their hand on top of their deck. They then may then, 1 at a time, each perform a 2-dice attack. So I am going to discard... I'm going to discard Black Box in order to pay the cost in order to use this. So that's what's used to pay this. So now 2 different Rangers puts a card on top of their deck. I'm going to put Scorn Shot on top of Kim's deck, and then I'm going to put Strafe Burst on top of Lauren's deck. So these both go on top of their deck. I'll be able to draw them again. And then I'm going to play this particular Dr. K card. I feel like that's kind of the way that this is supposed to balance out. You always have to discard at least 1 card in order to activate whatever one's there, because otherwise you'd be playing her and this is what you would discard anyway. And then you would trigger the ability. So 2 different Rangers, 1 card on top of their decks. Awesome. 1 at a time, each perform attacks. We're going to have the first one go to Consume Fear, and then the next one go for Silver Space Scout. All right, and fire off 1. So we do 1 damage to the Consume Fear. Bloop, 1 there. And then Kim will attack the... let's actually go after Consume Fear again. I got an idea here, so let's see if this actually works. Actually, it does. It does work. What I'm going to do here is I only need 1 in order to defeat it. I'm going to use Udonna's ability to turn that into a miss and then gain 2 energy. All right, so Udonna's ability is out for the game, or not the game, for this battle. And then we get 2 energy in here as well, which is great. Even though Lauren absorbs it later, I think I'm going to be able to use this energy in order to do something else in order to finish off those Silver Scouts. And with that said, then that would be the other shot here. So these guys are gone. Bah! I think that was their sound. I don't know. This goes to the bottom of Dr. K's deck. So here it is. It goes on the bottom, and this goes into the discard pile. I'm going to draw from Udonna's deck another Discipline. All right, cool. Figure I couldn't draw from Kim or Lauren's deck because I used them in order to fight this guy. But I am going to go ahead and use Burnout right now. 3-dice attack. After rolling, you may choose 1 die from this attack to deal blah, blah, blah. I'm not doing anything from the side. I do have 2 Disciplines, so that's also really good. So let's go ahead and do a 3-dice attack against the Silver Scouts. All right, using her abilities. Shit. Awesome. Beautiful. Thank you for slicing them up. I knew this was going to be awesome. Fine. That's good. 1, 2, 3. Done. Finished right here, and now we have finished the battle, our first in the Academy. Unfortunately, it is still panicked, which I'm not really a big fan of. Man, we're gonna have to do another battle. I need to do another battle to get rid of this, because I don't want all these things panicked. Yes, I could move and do something else, but I don't like a space panicked. In any event, 1, 2, 3, 4. We used one of the energy, and then one of those would absorb back to Lauren, even though her ability would do it anyway. We are at the end of the round, so that goes back. These do not refill, by the way. These stay exactly the way they are for the rest of the round. It doesn't say anything about removing them and replacing them. I might just house rule that because, you know, it's not spandex. It's a fantastic card, but in solo mode, I don't think it'd be useful very well. This one, I think I'll be able to get some use out of. In any event, man, I really hate doing a battle for only one guy, but maybe there is something to this. Maybe there is something to just kind of leave it and go somewhere else to defeat. No, I gotta do it. My brain keeps telling me to do it. Sorry, gotta do it. Besides, I want to kind of regain some cards in my hand anyway. So we know that Scorn Shot is here for Kim, and we know that, what was it? Oh, Strafe Burst, that's right, for Lauren. I'm going to draw another one from Kim. Terra Kick. Ooh, that might be useful to have for getting gear. And then we also have Hold the Line. Gain 1 energy. Each ranger in this battle may draw 1 card and then place 1 card from their hand back on top of their deck. Oh, that'd be good in order to like gain some defense. All right, cool. This should be quick. I swear, this will be quick. We got 1 sentry to deal with, and so long as it's not a silver one, we will be fine. Oh, pterodactyl snipers. Kim is looking at you guys and going, nope, not going to happen. Roll 3 dice, deal that much damage to the ranger with the fewest cards in their deck. It is fast, so unfortunately that's kind of crappy. So that's going to go, but it is also only 2 health, so we'll see what happens. All right, 3 dice are rolling, 2 damage, and it's actually going to go after Kim. Udonna and Kim have the exact same amount of cards in their deck, 5, but Kim is pissed off because these pterodactyl wannabes are trying to beat her, and she's like, not going to happen. I'm actually going to discard one of my flash freezes in order to use It's Not Spandex. Play this card when any ranger reveals a card for defense, add 2 shields to that card. So it's 2 damage. It's adding 2 shields, so no matter what, whatever I draw is just going to go to the bottom of Kim's deck. Man, I love this card. So much fun. Anyway, here we go. Flip. Oh, wow. All right, so a 5 defense shield. Good enough for that. That goes on the bottom. This goes to the bottom of Dr. K's deck, and then this goes to discard. Back over here we go. We're going to also discard a Discipline in order to play this card. Play this card when any ranger plays an attack. Treat the attack value as 3 dice. Add 1 dice to the attack for each energy spent. I'm just going to spend the 2 in the center. We'll pretend that I'll just do it anyway. Move that over. So now it's 3 plus 2, so 5 dice for a Terra Kick. After you resolve this attack, if the target was not defeated, return this card to your hand. We're definitely going to beat this card. There's no way to get around it. But she really wanted to knock these guys in the face, and so that's what she's going to be doing. I probably could have just used Scorn Shot, but that was only rolling 2 dice in order to... Wow! Oh boy, that's a thing right there. If I needed the energy, which I don't, I would have used Udonna's ability to turn that into a miss to gain it. But hey, we got it. Wow. Whoa, look at those misses. Oh boy. All right. So on a positive point, you are destroyed. You are gone. You are unpanicked. That's discarded. That goes to the bottom of Dr. K. She has no more in her area. That's discarded. And yeah, so I think what I'm going to do now is I have 2 more actions. I'm going to move to the... As much as I want to recover, and recovering might not be the worst thing in the world, what I am going to do is I'm going to move to the Resistance hideout, and then I'm actually just going to fight those 2 foot soldiers that are there. Because now I have 5. Those 2, beating at least one of them will get me a, a Zord. And I kind of want to get rid of the Ranger sentries as much as possible. I'm much more confident fighting the Rinchi than the Rangers, than the sentries, and I want to see what that Zord is. So off we are to the Resistance hideout. Dr. K has sent the coordinates. Here we are in the Resistance hideout in a weird pocket dimension, but I'm sure Kim is right at home where we are. We got 2 Ranger sentries to deal with, so let's go ahead and fill our hand and beat them up. For right now, we have a Discipline, a Scorn Shot, a Strafe Burst, and a Hold the Line. Not bad stuff to have. I'm going to draw from Udonna. Snow Staff. Reveal, after you resolve this attack, choose up the 2 cards from another area discard pile and place them on top of their deck in any order. That's actually really nice. That'll save me on what is it? Recharging. And I'm going to draw one from Lauren, another Strafe Burst. For each misroll during this attack, deal 1 damage to an enemy card adjacent to your target. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that should be fine for what I need right now. And I have a discipline, so I have an idea what I want to do. Cool. Of course, that idea can be destroyed really quickly depending on what the 2 Ranger Sentries are. But we have Dino Charge Gold and Pterodactyl Sniper. Okay. Alright, so the Pterodactyl Sniper goes first, rolling 3 dice and dealing damage to the Ranger with the fewest cards in their deck. And they do 2 damage to... going to Udonna, who has 4 cards in her pile. Alright, so that's just the 2 right there. Done. She doesn't have any star abilities, and no one else does, so Cold Spell doesn't really do much otherwise. So in response to their Pterodactyl Snipers going, we're going to Scorn Shot their butts, because, again... Kim does not like them at all. She's like, you want to try to knock out my guys with arrows? Watch this. We're going to roll 2 dice. We're going to see what we can do against those snipers. Ready, aim, ka-thunk, right there. All right, so she does 1 damage to the snipers. All right, that's fine. That's at least something I'll be able to do a little bit later. I'm going to draw from Lauren, and she has Burnout. Oh, that's fun. After rolling, you may choose 1 die from this attack to deal its damage. Okay. But honestly, I'm going to use the Snow Staff. It's a 4 dice attack. I'm going up against the Vanguards. And then after I do this, I can choose 2 cards from another Ranger's discard pile. So only 1 Ranger, but at least 2 cards would go back on top of their deck in any order. This is going to help me greatly when I go into the next round and do a recharge in the beginning. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so there you go. Perfect. Actually, not so perfect. Not so perfect at all, because this guy is going to hurt a lot. Deal 1 damage to each Ranger, increase that damage by 1 for each hit token. So that's 1, 2, 3. It's going to do 4 damage to each Ranger. Oh, no. All right, so I'm going to use her Snow Staff ability for Kim, and I'm going to put Terra Kick and Scorn Shot back on top of her deck. And the Terra Kick will go first, and the Scorn Shot's going to go second, because now she's going to take the 4 damage, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3 in order to put that on the bottom. Lauren's going to be having a hit on this. 1. I like how you have a discipline as well. 2. 3. Oh, hold the line. All right, that's still there. Oh, no, that's her last card in her deck. And Udonna, I got to block 4. 1, 2, 3. And Mystic Frost. Oh, boy. So much for that working that way. All right, well, Snow Staff goes there. I just want to show over here that I've used 1, 2, 3. I take it from Lauren because she absorbs it back at the end of the battle anyway. Lauren's going to Strafe Burst. 2 dice attack. For each miss roll during this attack, deal 1 damage to an enemy card adjacent to your target. Again, that card can bypass the guard because it's not targeted, only the initial target is. So at the very least, I can kill the Dino Charge Vanguard and then beat the Pterodactyl Snipers. And this should end the round. Wow, okay, that's crazy. Normally I would use Udonna's ability in order to gain back the energy, but don't really need it. Oh man, Lauren, you are mad. All right, admittingly, I forgot to actually switch one over to the Mist, but we're gonna say I didn't do that. Let's just say I actually physically forgot to do that based off of the Strafe Burst and everything, and I beat this. Oh no, we still have 1 more hit for the Pterodactyl Snipers. Let's go ahead and use Kimberly's ability. Boom, finishing shot. After the last enemy card in the combat sequence resolves, deal 1 damage. Oh, I should have did that earlier. Well, we'll say okay, now I'm going to retroact because I didn't know. I thought it was after I finished my last turn. It was after the last enemy in the combat sequence resolved. So I should have did that before I rolled Lauren's attack for that last turn. We'll just say I did that for the heck of it. Little switching around, a little whatever, but you know what? It still works out all the same in the end. We get the exact same result that we were going for, which is both of these guys defeated and 2 out of the 3 areas that had foot soldiers on it cleared. Not only that, we get a Zord. Man, my girls are really hurting for their cards right now. All right, so Lauren Shiba's ability. At the end of each battle, add 1 energy to your personal supply. If you do not have had one, she does not. She gets 1 back. We killed one of the guys and the second one, so that'll stay here, and these will come off. Power up the Zord. off to level 1. I know, tell you what Zord I don't want. Let's see if we get it. Oh, we got the Zord I do want. Exhaust this card during any ranger attack. Convert one hit or a double hit result to a miss. If you do, immediately defeat one foot soldier card. Oh, that's amazing. That is so good to have. Oh, that's great. Now, this and this are two separate things. I would have to convert 2 dice in order to trigger this to gain 2 energy, and then trigger this in order to do the foot soldiers. At least I believe so, because there are 2 different effects. Either way, oh, Titan form, that's going to be amazing. Oh, that's great. Excellent work, Rangers. Way to take down those enemies. We got more incoming, so get ready. Something huge is coming through. And with that, we end ourselves round 1. We got 4 over here in the Zord graveyard, but that's fine. At least this is not panicked anymore. Let's go ahead to the round 2 prep, where we go ahead and flip all of these over to their front side. That was a cool flip right there. I'm just going to put 2 into the center here, because we know that's how it begins with the battle. We got everyone with energy. We're actually going to draw more for Dr. K. So what do we got over here? Let's take from our deck. First, we have Engine Cell. Play this card when any ranger plays a card with an energy cost of X. Resolve that card as though it has 5 energy. I need to start finding the Blade Blaster from Ranger Slayer, which should be coming up soon in her deck. But she has so many in her discard pile, I don't even know if I can afford it. Necessary risks. Gain 1 energy. Any ranger may discard 1 card to perform an attack with 3 dice. So there's going to be 2 cards that get discarded. 1 to activate this card, and then 1 to do the 3 dice attack if I choose to. Or I can just kind of gain the energy and go with it. And then another synchronized attack. 2 different rangers place 1 card on top of their hands, and then they do a 2 dice attack each. All right, round 2 deployment. Here we go. First one are 2 regular Rinchies going back to the academy. How many times we got to teach you this lesson, old man? Next we have a Rinchi Beast heading over to the reservoir. So again, these are stronger Monster of the Week style enemies, and if we defeat him, then that's 2 experience to the experience board. He's also only 1 character here, even though he's stronger for a 6-figure limit, so that's awesome. Deployment number 3 is a Rinchi and a Rinchi Beast, and the monster who happens to be Princess Archerina. Oh yeah, you know we're going to be coming up against some really strong women adversaries in this. So I have used Archerina before. We saw her when I did the Zeo Ranger playthrough, part of the Machine Empire, Prince Gasket's wife. Some of her cards won't be as strong as they would normally be because Prince Gasket isn't with her, but she needs to show the bow users exactly what that skill is. Her versus Kim in a sniper battle would be terrifying. And now here we have a Rinchi Beast and a regular Rinchi along with Archerina. So this whole area, which we just cleared out and unpanicked, is now repanicked, has some pretty terrifying things because the Rinchi Beasts are very strong, and of course Archerina is no joke as a monster. So I'm feeling moving, recovering, maybe recover twice, and then do something else, because if we beat her, we do get our 6th action. Oh boy, that's going to be fun. Next we have a Rinchi Beast and a regular Rinchi heading to the Resistance hideout, right where we are. All right, so 1 and 2 right with us. There are only 4 Rinchi Beast figures in the set. I think if I need to put any more out and I don't have them, I don't do it. But doesn't matter. I still have 1 in reserve anyway. It doesn't matter where it goes. There's a part of me that wants to stay here and fight these guys, but that area is still scaring me. So maybe I would rather just do that, beat the monster, do the safe bet. Let's just see what this 3rd one is, or 5th one is. Oh man, 3 in the Resistance hideout. That's right where we are. And you know what? That panics us there too. Tell you, clearing things out was definitely the smarter move to do, because now here they are, and that has panicked as well. So now I'm gonna stick with my original plan of moving my guys from here to here in order to be able to defeat all of these guys. Because if I defeat at least her in the run, they'll go away. I'll get my 6th action, and then I'd probably go to the Zord graveyard and clear that out. Because that's a lot of space here that enemies can fall in, and I can try to get this resistant hideout knocked down a little bit later. So that's the plan. That's what we're going with. So let's go ahead and just do our move action and our beginning. We're going to do our move action to go here. And then, man, I really should If I do a double recharge, I can do a double recharge, battle, and then I can still move and fight because I'll have my 6. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a double recharge. So as far as the double recharge go, it's going to be Lauren and then Udonna and then Kimberly and then Udonna. Lauren's going to get these back into her deck, these 6 shields. We haven't seen Spin Sword yet, but it should be pretty good. I would have liked to have gotten Black Box in, but that didn't happen. Lucky for Kim and having that Snow Staff being used, this is all that was in her discard pile, so that's 6 shields. She's actually fully powered up, and that's going to be really useful for this upcoming fight. First 6 for Udonna is going to be her Snow Staff and the Winter's Guile. Next 6 are going to be these right here. She only has another Cold Spell in her discard pile. And as of right now, Cold Spell, all it does is just gain an energy, and that's really it, which is great to have, but I need stuff that actually does things first. So that's all the recharging. Now, with that said, we're going to go ahead and activate the battle at the Academy fighting Archerina.